It's 2025, let's talk about some freaking new games. Today we are back talking about brand new VR games coming out in 2025, and I have a bunch more for you here in this video today. Now I already did a video a couple of weeks back, so if you want to see even more VR games coming out in 2025, well, go check out that video as well. I'll make sure it's pinned in the top so that you can go watch that directly after this. But of course, before we dive into it, smash that like button, I'd really appreciate it. And of course, subscribe if you are new to this channel, because that would mean the world to me. First up, we have Beyond Sandbox VR. This is a physics-driven playground where you're free to do, well, pretty much anything. In this game, you're going to be able to jump in with your friends, and kind of one of the things that really does set this apart is the fact that it does have the multiplayer mode where you and your friends can collaborate to compete and, you know, build some awesome stuff together. The physics engine is set to allow you to do lifelike interactions that are truly wild, kind of like a Gary's mod but in VR, and honestly this is looking more and more interesting by the second. They have super realistic sort of dismemberment that they have going on in the game. You can like do things like breaking the jaws of the zombies that are in the game, and as well as that they have very realistic interaction with all of the AI that's in the game. So I'm very interested to see where this is going to go. We don't know a busting amount about what the actual game part of this is going to be, but we do know that it is going to be a physics sandbox, and well, that sounds fun to me. Next up we have Crave, an exploration driven adventure game. Well, this one is really there for the thrill seekers and puzzle lovers. You're going to find yourself deep in the heart of a mysterious cave, navigating your way through narrow passages and uncovering hidden secrets as you go. But don't let the serene atmosphere fool you. Danger lurks around every single corner, from collapsing tunnels to creepy underground creatures that you might come across along the way. You'll need to stay sharp to survive. The developers have focused really on that deeply immersive experience of spelunking and squeezing through very incredibly tight caves. I'm really looking forward to checking this one out myself. I think it's going to have something very unique about it that we haven't really had in VR before. Next up we have Boneworks, and I know a few of you are probably thinking, well, that came out in a while ago, Rhys. Well, the exciting news is that Boneworks is finally officially coming to Quest 3 and Quest 3S this year. The legendary game is now going to be actually brought all the way on to a mobile device, which I think is freaking awesome, as they already proved with Bone Labs a while back now, and I'm super excited to hear that they're going to be working on this and that they can even pull this off on a standalone VR headset. The Quest 3 version has been optimized for the headset to upgrade for its power so that you'll still have that interactable Bonework experience, but with a smooth performance and, well, no wires. Whether using random objects to take down enemies, solving interactive puzzles, or simply exploring the game's surreal environment, Boneworks will give you total freedom to approach the scenario your way. For a long time now, people have been asking for this, and finally it's going to happen in 2025, so let's freaking rejoice and celebrate. Not only that, but the developers have also said that now that once they sort of release this on Quest 3, that's going to completely open them up to starting their new project. So it's looking like in 2025 we're not only going to get Boneworks, but we may get some news of what they're going to be working on in the future. Next up we have Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. Now this has been confirmed to be coming to PSVR 2 so far. Hopefully it will follow suit and come to Quest and PCVR as the other games have. Now fans of the Five Nights at Freddy series, get ready for a fresh wave of terror, as Secret of the Mimic is going to freaking scare your pants off. This has got that same old jump scare formula, I'm sure, that will dial it up to 11, where you face off against smarter, scary animatronics that are gonna really just freak you out, because I mean, that's what Five Nights at Freddy is all about. With the PSVR 2's haptic, I feel like this is going to probably bring it up to that next level of terror, where it gets you just a little bit more immersed. And I think, all in all, this is probably just going to be another great installment of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. Next is Laser Dance, a unique mixed reality game that is exclusive for the Quest, that is perfect for parties or fun solo challenges. The concept is simple. Players move between two buttons on opposite ends of their living room, weaving through a series of laser patterns to adapt to their room size and layout. Different laser patterns will have you dancing, dodging, and even crawling across the finish line. It's easy to pick up but tough to master. I've actually tried this at Gamescom last year myself, and holy crap, it had me exhausted because I literally was crawling around the floor at one point, rolling around thinking I'm freaking Tom Cruise. And generally this game is just a lot of fun. It's got some really fun neon visuals that really just keep you locked in, and of course with that mixed reality fun, if you're playing this with some friends, it's pretty hilarious just watching them crawl around and do all that madness, or of course even if you're the one in the seat doing it, because it's in mixed reality you get to see their reactions and be part of the fun together. Next we have Silent North. For those who crave that survival horror, well, Silent North is shaping up to be one of the most atmospheric VR games of 2025. I am looking forward to this one, and again, I have tried this at Gamescom myself. You're going to find yourself stranded in a frozen wasteland, scavenging for supplies and fighting off horrific zombies. The game combines survival mechanics with crafting and resource management. Of course, the other thing is you have to deal with people as well. So you're not only going to be fighting horrific zombies, but you're going to have to fight off people as well. Now, the very cool thing about this game is that when you die, your body comes back as a zombie, and your supplies and things that you have been gathering up until that point are then on that zombie. So you need to go and find yourself, kill yourself, and take back your supplies. That is, of course, if the other player who killed you, if they killed you, then didn't get your supplies before then. So it kind of adds this whole interesting element to this. It's going to be coming out across multiple platforms, and I'm very much interested to see how this one's going to come out. Fingers crossed it's going to be an absolute banger, because it sounds like my type of game. Step into the ring with Boxing Underdog. This is a VR boxing simulator that has been teased to be coming out now for what feels like absolute ever, and I'm hoping that finally this year is going to be the one. I've kind of given up announcing this game is coming out because the developers have been teasing it for so damn long that I just think we'll just put it up as it's coming out in 2025. This is going to put you in the shoes of a proper boxer, and this is going to be quite a violent game as it goes through either bare knuckle boxing or traditional boxing. There's going to be a story campaign apparently to this as well, which is gonna, I'm assuming, be the standard campaign that we get with boxing games. But nonetheless, I feel like this one's gonna be kind of interesting because they've worked really hard on it being, like, number one, pretty realistic and violent, and number two, like, you know, it's a good exercise game, as all boxing games are in VR. Next we have Beyond Blue After the Storm. Exploring the wonders of the ocean in Beyond Blue is a sequel to the acclaimed marine exploration game. Dive into the vibrant underwater ecosystem, swim with whales, dolphins, and of course uncover the secrets of the game as you go through it. This is going to have stunning visuals with an educated twist. Beyond Blue After the Storm isn't just a game, it's an experience that highlights the beauty of our oceans. But not only that, it's also going to have some fun twists and turns along the way. They're going to take you down some pretty exciting moments. It looks like there's a bit of a darker twist towards the end of this that's going to keep you locked in, but whilst also giving you a little bit of education on the ocean and really just sort of giving you a deep experience. Also, this is voice acted by some pretty famous actresses and actors, and I think this is going to be one of those games that's a bit of a surprise hitter, so I'm going to be eagerly keeping my eye out for this one and giving it a try when it comes out. Not long to wait, it comes out at the end of this month. Next up we have Memoreum VR that combines survival horror with immersion, and I'm talking full immersion. If you're looking for something that is very much Dead Spacey in VR, well, I feel like this is going to tick a bunch of those boxes for you guys. You're going to have to navigate your way through a dark ship with twisting corridors that you'll uncover the fate of its crew. Now is transforming them into terrifying monsters and piecing together the mysteries of what the bloody hell went wrong. Again, I have tried this at Gamescom for myself. It's got a real sort of like creepy factor to it, as well as like this really vintage old look to the game, which actually works well in its favor because it just kind of sets you off in this sort of like really eerie sort of experience as you go through it. There's a high tension as you get to like reload your weapons, and hopefully you don't get eaten alive or destroyed by these weird mutant creatures, and of course just trying to survive the cold ass world that is space. And last but not least, we have Vertigo 2's brand new DLC, Into the Aether. Now, this is going to be a massive DLC expansion for one of VR's most really beloved experiences at this point. I think most people really know what Vertigo 2 is and have played it. It's available for PCVR and PSVR 2 at this point, and honestly, it's one of those games that you need to make time to have experienced this. It's just really pretty close up there to like that Half-Life Alyx experience, just with a bit of more comedy and crazy twists attached to it. So definitely one that I highly recommend checking out. But of course, this brand new DLC is going to introduce players to otherworldly locations, new weapons, challenging enemies, and expanding on what the game's really rich and surreal story had to offer in the first place. If you love the base game, the DLC is a no-brainer. It's going to support both PCVR and PSVR 2 again, and you can expect those top tier visuals and fun and experience as you go through this. Well, if you enjoyed that, smash that like button, subscribe if you are new. This is going to be your one-stop shop for all things VR gaming. And of course, other than that, guys, I do tons and tons of videos every single week where we're going to be talking about all the brand new VR games coming up. Every Friday, I round up the things that have come out this week, coming out next week. So it's a pretty good place to stop in if you want to learn about all the games that are coming out to your headset. And that doesn't matter whether you're on PSVR 2, PCVR, or of course Quest. We're going to be hooking you all up with some good news about some good games. Other than that, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out. Bye.